crazy. What's up, you guys? So today I kind of have a cool little video for you, which I hope you guys enjoy. I guess is it my first video technically? Would you reconsider the awkward introduction that happened last time? Even my first video? I hope we consider this my first video because I think it's going to be much more entertaining than my awkward introduction. Today we are going to talk about scare acting. And as I said in the last video, I've worked for Universal and I've worked at Halloween Horror Nights for Universal. So this is going to be super exciting for me to give you guys exactly what happened in my life as a scare actor for the 2 years that I did it, and kind of let you guys in on what being a scare actor is and how much fun it is. And Copper's eating right now. You really have to do that right now, don't you? Clearly. Alright, so let's get into it. So before we get into everything about scare acting, let's talk about Halloween Horror Nights in history. In 1991, there was a 3-night event for Halloween Horror Nights. October 25th, 26th, and 31st of 1991, Halloween Horror Nights pretty much began. It was underneath a different event called Fright Night. Now, Fright Night literally only had one house, and it was called Dungeon of Terror. And the price for the event was about $12.95, which isn't crazy, as it shouldn't be, because it's just one house. But Universal is doing it. Universal is creating this event from the ground up. It's crazy how far it's come. This year they're having Stranger Things in their houses. Last year they had The Shining. The year before that they had Exorcist. It's kind of crazy. Ooh, that was a gross burp. It's kind of crazy how it all came to be just from a 3-night event that it started out as. They've had very controversial houses, they've had very controversial things, but it's always so good and so many people go. And it's crazy, there's 10 houses this year, which is the most houses there has ever been at Halloween Horror Nights. And the streets are amazing, and I'm so excited to possibly get to go this year. I really hope I get to go. And it's going to be super exciting. So now let's get into the scare acting part of it. In 2016 was my first year doing Halloween Horror Nights. I had just finished my college program with Disney. I was living in Orlando. I needed a job for one, and I had been following Halloween Horror Nights since I was like 10 years old. I consistently sat here on YouTube and watched it and learned more about the event. It was crazy to me that there was even something like that. And I had night terrors when I was younger, so I could never watch scary things. But stuff like this just, you know, it was amazing to me, and it's what I wanted to be a part of, and I would have loved to have been the creative side of everything. So that year in 2016 is when I started scare acting. The audition process is pretty easy. I don't really want to talk much about it because I don't really know what I can and can't say. But it's super easy. I know it has changed. I think this year it changed, and how it all goes through. I don't want to say it's super easy, because it's not really, because a lot of people still do get kicked out, but you just, it's kind of luck on your side and hoping for the best, and I was just lucky enough to get it. So in 2016, I was casted in the Texas Chainsaw House. I was Leatherface, clearly, because I'm tall and I'm fat. But it was kind of crazy to take on a character that I didn't know much about. I knew of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I'd never seen it. I didn't know much about him. And when I figured out what house I was going to be, I watched that movie on repeat, and it's now officially one of my favorite horror films I've ever watched. I think it's super cool. I think the concept behind Leatherface is cool. The way they taught us to get into his mindset was kind of crazy, because I never thought about it when I was watching the horror film. He was only just a crazy psychopath that wore faces. I didn't see him as a person who's afraid of his dad and afraid of getting beat by his dad and offending his dad and hurting his dad. He just wanted to make his dad happy. He's just a little boy in a big body. And so I spent that year, I got moved through different scenes, and I finally got into the Sally scene. And I absolutely loved being in the Sally scene. I had 2 Sallys. I'm not going to give their names on here because I don't know if they're okay with it. They're probably one of my best friends to this day, and I consistently go visit them at Halloween Horror Nights every time I go to Halloween Horror Nights, whether they're in the scare zone or house. And I absolutely love interacting with them and seeing them. I was going through a huge depression at that point, and it got pretty far. And I don't know, there's just something about getting to play off them in that scene, that specific scene. I love that scene. I fought to be in that scene. And I mean, it ruined my knees, and I had to take a break a couple nights, but I really did love that scene. I loved playing off of them, and I hope they liked playing off of me, because I had tons of fun with them. So in 2017, I auditioned again, crossed my fingers, waited for 45 minutes to figure out whether I was going to get it or not, and I got it. And this year, I really didn't know what I was going to be in. Last year, the year before, I had figured I was going to be Leatherface. I was tall and chubby. Why wouldn't I be Leatherface? And that year, last year, 2017, I didn't really know what I was going to be. And I ended up being put in Hive. Now, Hive was a very controversial house. I know people who liked it. I know people who loved it. I know people who despise it. And my character was Glutton. So I was just a chubby vampire with a super comfortable costume, and I absolutely loved it. And actually, I'm wearing a shirt that my friend made me, and we'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video. And I can tell you kind of how you can go get the shirt too, and I think it's super cool, and I really want to support him. His name's Brian. He's super amazing. But anyhow, we'll get that to the end of the video. So I played Glutton. Absolutely loved it. I had a really fun time. I had great scene partners. I got to change around to scene partners once in a while. And I really love that cast. I feel like our cast really became a family. We'd go to IHOP all the time. I absolutely loved every single one of them. And so I really loved it. Copper. Hi. Hi, my big boys. So, I guess let's go get into a little bit more of things that most people are going to be interested in with scare acting. How fun is it? It's an absolute blast. I absolutely love it. I would do it every year if I could. I'm up in Iowa now, so I clearly can't do it. I think it's great. There's kind of a thrill of getting scared and scaring people. And I think scaring people is just a blast. It's way too fun. I get paid to scare people. Like, I can do that to my mom in my house anytime I want for free, and I'd still love it. And so, yeah, it's a blast, and I definitely suggest, even if you have a local haunt around you, go definitely try it out, have fun. What's shame in it? It's Halloween, it's October, it's fall, it's fun scaring people. And we're probably all psychopaths, but that's fine. Another question I get a lot is, do you get hit? Yeah. You do. You're bound to get hit at some point. Some people might have never been put in that position, so you just never know how they're going to react, and they can react in a bad way. I know with Glutton, a lot of people made jokes with him. I know with Leatherface, a lot of people were actually pretty scared of Leatherface. And for some people have had him in their lives for 30 plus years, and I think it really freaked them out. So there's always a difference, and I think you're always bound to come in contact with drunk guests, upset guests, guests that don't know the reactions, and I think you just kind of have to, for the most part, brush it off. But Universal was super great with keeping us safe and understanding that, like, if we got hit, we can come talk to them. They were super great with us, and I very much appreciate everything that Universal ever did for us. I definitely felt safe at Universal when doing Halloween Horror Nights. Another question a lot of people tend to ask me is whether I'd want to play Leatherface or Glutton again. Oh goodness. Honestly, I think Glutton. I think I really got to create that character in my mind and figure out what he was and what he liked, and kind of got to play around in his world. I got prosthetics put on my face, which I'd never done. I shaved my hair completely down, completely bald, which is crazy because I love my hair and I never thought I'd do that. So I was bald for like 3 months. It was crazy. It shocked a lot of people. But I got prosthetics on, and that was super cool thing. I think it definitely transitioned me more into Glutton than I could have ever done with Leatherface, because I was literally changing my facial structure with these guys, and the makeup artists were fantastic. I loved every single one of them, and they did a fantastic job on bringing a new Glutton every night, which caused me to do something different every night to scare people. So I have to say Glutton. And speaking of Glutton, let's go ahead and talk about this shirt. This shirt right here. So this shirt right here is Glutton. Actually, he got a picture of me while in the house, and he took it and he ran with it. His name's Brian. I'll have his link to his shirts down below. He did a fantastic job on this, and I absolutely love it. And you can go get one of yours. I know the site has sales once in a while, so you can get them for a little bit cheaper. He has tons and tons of shirts. He has hockey shirts, he has crossover shirts, he has tons of Halloween Horror Nights shirts. He's still working on other shirts. And so I think you guys should definitely go check him out. If you want your own Glutton shirt after hearing about this video, go head over. If you guys have any more questions, or if you want me to do more of these videos, we can do kind of Q&A on what scare acting is like, especially if you're wanting to look into it. I know when I started scare acting, I wanted to see a lot of videos, and there were no videos, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. So if you guys have any questions for me, or want to know what it's like, or any more specific things that you want to know, go ahead and leave them in the comment below, or message me. So if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like in whichever corner. I'm still trying to figure out which corner it is. If you really like this channel and you want to see more videos like this, and I'm going to be putting them out about every Tuesday and Thursday, I think right now is going to be the schedule I'm going to try to go for. Go ahead and subscribe, whichever, once again, corner it is. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and got to learn a little bit more about Halloween Horror Nights and scare acting in this short video that I can do. Also, go check out Brian. Have a great night. Have a great day, whatever time it is for you. Spread love, and I'll see you guys next time. Whoosh.